Hi everyone, Marion Emberson here. So a little while ago, Julie Hickey had some designs done for her by Hazel Eaton. Really, really lovely. The cards that the design team have done are amazing, I have to say. You need to go out and check out Julie Hickey Designs Pinterest board. Anyway, so I'm having a play with these because now they've brought out dies to match the stamp sets. Yep. It already goes with the stencil set that Hazel brought out. And then there's this one as well, this stamp set. So you've got it in the circles, you've got it in the squares, and you've also got dies to go with it. I've been having a little play, and I have to say, this is my absolute favourite. This butterfly is just beautiful. So I'm just going to do a couple of cards. I've got a little idea in my head. It might not work, so I might do a third card, but we'll see. So let's crack on. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be using my Wow Superior Smooth white cardstock. I just love this cardstock for embossing with, but it's brilliant for blending as well. And that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to blend a background on it. I've got some of my favourite colours. Now, you can do this in any colours. When you think there's like 260 odd embossing powder colours that Wow do, the choices are yours. And there's so many ink pads that Catherine Paula do. They're my preferred ones. I just love them. So yeah, so let's start with my Twilight. So let's just pick up a bit of ink on here and then go a bit flatter and just start. I'm not sure if I like that squeaky noise. Sounds like my bones. It's like okay, so let's... Oh, do you know what? Someone gave me a tip. Someone gave me a tip and I'm just looking for it. Hang on. Oh, sorry, I've just jogged the camera. I hope I haven't moved it out the way. I don't think so. She said take a bit of your mint tape, for example, and I can't remember how she said now. I think she said just to stick it on your fingers and then you can do this. It holds your card down. You're not getting fingerprints on it, especially when you're embossing. You don't want fingerprints on there because the embossing powder will pick all that up. I'm not too bothered how this is looking at the moment. It's really weird, the Catherine Paula ink, because it actually sort of, it goes like this and then it settles into the card. It's just, and then it looks all sort of smooth, but it's lovely. Okay, so we do that with Twilight. And then let's go a bit of, oh, I can take that off my fingers now. Go like that with, whoops, a bit of sea glass. Love this colour. Although my favourite, my absolute favourite is Hot Tub. Okay, so let me just, oh, that's a bit heavy. That's okay, that don't matter. Let's just flip this round. And that's why when you're blending, you should sort of start off here and then come in, because if you're too heavy like that, it does make a difference. Okay. And then that just gives that a nice deeper edge as well, bringing that dark colour in there. You can always go back over it with a bit more Twilight if you wanted to, but that is going to sort of tone down as it dries. So let me just take this off a minute and I'm just going to set that aside. Now I'm going to take a piece of scrap and let's grab that butterfly. This is called Hazel's Butterfly, A6 stamp set. Quite an easy one to remember. So I'm just going to pop that on me. It's my Catherine Paula block. They're just good, these ones with the grids. Okay, not that I've got to line it up for anything. By the way, everything that I'm going to be using, if I can find links, they'll all be, I don't know whether you go like that or like that, down there. Is it that way? It's like that, isn't it? Down there. In the video description, if you click the bit where it says show more, you'll see all what's been used. And you can treat yourself. But I'm hoping a lot of you have already got lots of these, because I do use them in videos quite a bit, these colours. These ones, well, these ones you might have. The dyes you won't have because they are brand new. You might have, but... Okay, so let me get that dye out and ready. So I am going to ink it up with my Wow ink pad. Let's get lots and lots of ink on there. And then let's get my colours ready. So, because I love greens and blues, should we go all that jazz? Which it might not pick this out, but these have got all that jazz. Look at this. This is just amazing. It's got all those lovely chunks of silvers and that in there. It's really, really beautiful. It might not pick it out because these are quite fine lines, but we'll see. And then there's Lime Crush. Now, hopefully these are all still available. If they're not, just choose your own ones. There's so many to choose from. They're just fab. Okay, so we've inked that up. I'm going to do it in the centre for two reasons. One, because I want to make sure there's enough edge room for my die cut to go on. And then I'm going to have an aperture card that I can use in another one to make a shaker card with. I don't know if I get time to do that today, but that could be for another one. There we go. And let's just do a little bit of this. Just little bits like so. Shake that off. Pop this back in the pot. Give that a flick so I get rid of the rest of it. Now I'm just going to give my card a little flick. Shake this. Anytime you've got a wow powder that's got like extra bits in it, i.e. not just a plain powder, so glitter, ultra highs, etc., always give it a good shake before you use it. And then that just sort of distributes all those particles more evenly. Look at that. Oh, even before heating, that is just gorgeous. Okie dokie. So let's pop that back in there. And this is an old technique that I just love doing. It's called a multicolour embossing technique. And you can do it with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 powders, however many you like. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to get rid of those little bits where I was handling it, and it is an old bit of cardstock. And then let's just heat from underneath. Important to heat from underneath because I don't want the other bits, the bigger bits on there flying off. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's a bit dull here today. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead. I'm using a bit of my mint tape to hold it on. I'll just go ahead and die cut this out. I'm just going over the other side of the table because my cutting machine is over there, and I'll be back. Okay, one little tip to give you. Whenever you're die cutting, always have a little look on the back so you can see that it has all cut out. Because then you can always go back and just, you know, run it through again. Look at that, so pretty. I didn't line it up very well. And I can't say it's because I haven't got my glasses on, because I have. I think I need a new eye test. But look, now, oh look, I've got a little bit of, oh that's all right, I can just colour that. But look, so now I've got an aperture frontage for a shaker card. So I'm going to pop that aside there. I'm trying to clear up as I go along because I'm trying to be non-messy. I'll keep my little bits. I love this mint tape because you can just keep reusing it again and again. And then, do I need that at the moment? I'm just gonna, let me put this away just for now. And then we'll think about what we're gonna do for the second card. So let me just put that there. Now, this, let's just clean that a bit. Right, this is starting to pale down a bit more. Now, I can leave that so it's nice and bright white, or I could ink through, even after I've embossed it, I can ink through, say with Twilight, and sort of dull it down a bit more. I'm not sure. I think I like the bright white at the moment. But what I am going to do, and I'm going to just grab a bit of scrap. Let me just grab this a minute, because I just want to show you something. I have shown this before, but for those of you who've forgotten it, or for those of you who've never seen it, it's just a good little reminder. So, for example, let me just put my Twilight back on there. A bit more. And then let's add, I feel like I need one handle for every single colour, because it drives me mad pulling them on and off again, but it's a lot cheaper. Okay, so let me just bring this in as well, because there's going to be quite a bit around the edge. Right, so this is just like mini version replicating what I've got on here. Okay, so let me just take that off there. So what I'm getting at is, if I use the stamp, where is it? Birthday wishes, for example. Let me just take that off. And I'm going to stamp that directly onto the card, because I'm thinking, let me just put that on there. And this is what's nice about the grid. You can line it up, which is lovely. Although saying that, this is one of those stamps that sort of goes up and down a bit anyway, so it don't really matter. What I will do, you know, I think Milan's talcum powder pot is running out, because this is a wet ink still. Oh look, I think I've finished that. I don't think there's any more left in there. I'm going to do a little bit on there as well. I need to refill that. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is this is going to be my design, yeah? So I'm going to do it like that, and birthday wishes here. Now, I can do it on another piece of card like this, and cut it like die cut, use the die to cut out and then just put it on. But I didn't want it two lots of different dimension. I wanted this to stand out on its own, because it's just beautiful. So if I use my favourite Glassy Ocean, that's a translucent. So remember, we've spoken in the past about a T being next to the code. That means it's translucent. If there's an O next to it, that means it's opaque. So opaque means it's not going to show anything through from behind. Translucent means it's see-through, so it will pick up the colour that's from behind, which is brilliant. This is why I love translucents, because you could have 3, 4, 5 different colour cardstocks, use the same powder on each one, and you'll get a different effect every time. It will change the colour. It's just fabulous. So if I wanted that to be pretty much the colour that it is, my hack is to use either, if I can grab it, my lovely Hero Arts Unicorn pigment ink. So it's a white ink. I can put the white ink down and I can put this over the top, and then because that's given it a white base, I'm going to get my truish colour come through. I can also use a bright white powder as well. So if you haven't got a white ink but you have got a white powder, then go for that, or vice versa. So it's nice when there's a couple of different ways of doing it. So if I just show you, I'm going to put this in a little misty. Right, let's just, I don't know why I've put it on there, because I would want to do it a couple of times. So I want it to be in the same position. So any form of stamping platform that you've got. So let's just pop that there. We'll go birthday wishes. What I'm gonna do actually, let's just do a little, if I do it so that we go a little bit of white there, and then I'll just do it as how it would come out, and then you can see the difference. So I'm just gonna ink up half of it. No, I'm not. I'm gonna ink all of it. Think about it, Marion. Oh, goodness. Ink all of it. Get me bright white ready. Stamp that down. Get me glassy ocean ready. This is just my little test piece to show you. Okay, and then I'm going to do half of it in glassy ocean. Just give that a little flick. And then the other bit in bright white. Okay, so let me just put that out the way. I'm just going to heat set this. Right, but what I'm going to do now, let me just let it cool down a bit. And because I've heat set, I know I'm not going to be using this, but I don't want it to look too messy for you. So I've kept that where it was. Hopefully it's all lined up again. I haven't got my magnets. I need my magnets. And then all I'm going to do is ink up this bit and then put glassy ocean on it. So let me just ink this up. That should be in position. I hope I inked up the right side and I hope it's lined up right. It just gives you an idea. So now, ooh. Oh, do you know what I've done? I've actually moved it slightly, but look at that, it gives a shadow effect. Doesn't that look good? Didn't mean to do it like that. I thought I'd moved it as I'd done it, but anyway. Do you know what? If I tried to do that with that shadow effect, doesn't that look lovely? I bet I'd never get it again. I'm going to try that on something else. Anyway, can you see the difference in the glassy ocean on the white and then the glassy ocean just as is? That's how it changes because it's a translucent. But it's your choice how you want to do it. So I would look at this. Where's my thing? I'm looking at that, and I actually quite like the depth of colour it picks up from under there. So I think I'm just going to go plain. But I just wanted to give you that little tip and show you what you can do. So let me turn this around. And then let's get that over here. And we'll go birthday wishes. Pick that up. I always worry that I don't get it right in the corner, which is what I think I've done before. Before. Can't speak now. Okay, let's just do that. Let's move that so you can see it a bit better. And then let's throw, actually I'm just gonna, instead of trying to get it back in the pot, isn't it beautiful? Love glassy ocean. But this is what translucents are like. Translucents will always give you that gloss effect. They're just gorgeous. Now, the card, I had a lady comment the other day about my card seems a bit flimsy in that. It's actually not flimsy. It's a 250 GSM. And I use it as my card base as well. But what happens is with any card, unless you're using like a 400 GSM or something, and then that's not ideal. When you've put ink on there, there's a water content in there. And then when you're applying the heat, it makes the card warp slightly. Now, this will actually flatten completely back down again. It will go completely nice and flat. But it just takes a little while. I mean, the only thing I edit on these videos, as you'll know when I make all my mistakes, is I edit out the embossing gun, because like the heat gun, because I know that the sound is just horrible when it comes through. So I don't have time to sit and edit and, you know, put something heavy on it and carry on whatever. So yeah, so don't worry if your card warps a bit. You can flip it over and heat the other way, but what I wouldn't do is flip it over and put it down like that, because when you heat through from this side, that's going to remelt that, and then that's going to stick to that. So just bear that in mind. It will go nice and flat. It just takes a little while. Anyway, waffle. So let's just have a little look. See, I like that. I really like that. But I feel, so I'm going to put that on. So I've made a card base out of the same card. Made a base. So that would go on there. So I like the white that's picking up the white edge there, but I do feel, you know, I love my opaque bright white ultra high. This is in a large jar. You saw this, the super fine, whoops, in a large jar as well. There's only a few wow powders that you can get in the 160ml jars. They are really good value. If you're going to use them a lot, brilliant. If you're not going to use them a lot, go for the 15ml one. It just, you know, they last for so long, they really do. This, I use loads. So I am going to just place that on there. So I'm going to add more heat to it now. Where's my lid? I can't get my fingers right in there. So let me just tip that there. That's going to go roughly there, just to give me I'm just going to sprinkle a few bits of my white. Like that. If they go where you don't want them to go, you can just move them out the way before you heat, and then you won't get it all on there. It would help if I had a little paintbrush. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if I was out of view. Okay. That looks good to me. So now I'm just carefully going to bring it up so you can see it being done, and then heat from underneath. There's no ink on there, so it's really important to heat from underneath. Okay, so I definitely need new glasses because I didn't see those bits on there. If you saw smoke coming up as that was doing that, that's just burning off the ink that's on there, so don't worry about that. Obviously, if there's lots of smoke and it sets your fire alarm off, then start worrying, but if you just see a little bit, it don't matter. Okay, right, let's clear up because I'm in a bit of a mess and I'm trying to be tidy as I go along. So let's just place that on there. See, that's just so pretty, isn't it? Let's just do my edges there, make sure they're nice. I'm just going to flip this over. Now, I did see, I think it might have been Jennifer Maguire. I honestly can't remember. I'm not going to do it because I ain't got anything with me to do it. But I saw her, I think, do this little technique where she cut a couple of little strips of like a clear acetate and popped them under the wings, so it made the wings stick up. So when it went in the card, it was flat, and then when it comes out, it goes ping, which I thought was lovely. Really, really lovely. But I haven't got any with me, as I say. So anyway, so there is that card. And I just think you could do this in so many different colourways, and it just looks beautiful. It really does. And I like the white on here because it picks out the white here, which then joins in with the white on the edge. Love that. So that's my first one. Now, still sticking with this butterfly because I really, really like it. Let me just put these away. Be good. I'm going to do a little technique that I've done ages ago. And this came about again because I was re-inking my my inks here, and it reminded me of the technique, and I thought, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I am going to get a piece of cardstock, and it's already been cut out to size. But prior to that, this is a bit of the acetate packaging that some of these things came in. So I'm just going to grab, excuse the noise, a couple of baby wipes. Oh, or a few. Let's just... So this is a really, really old technique. I've done it quite a while back on my YouTube. I can't remember what I've done it with. I think I've done it with a word, actually. But as I say, when I was re-inking these, I thought to myself, oh yeah, I forgot about this. I could do that. And then I just thought it's going to look beautiful, she says, with the butterfly, hopefully. Right, let's just see. What you want to do is make sure it's going to be big enough for your stamp design. So let me just put that there. I'm just putting it on that so it doesn't seep through on there. See, I put my butterfly away and now I need it again. Okay, so I want to make sure. Yeah, perfect. So that's big enough. This time I am going to do it on the block. And I'm just, before I start, I'm just going to give it a little clean. Let me just clean that off. Okay. That can go back in there. Close that down. Right. Okay. So the colours I've got out, and I hope they're going to work nicely. I think they will. I really think they will. So I've got Cummerbund, Aquatini, Green Tea and Juniper Mist. Give them a good shake, and then you're just gonna start going in and sort of filling your area up. And it will over time spread out. What's lovely about this is you can actually keep this. So once I've finished with this, I can then put it in that plastic bag and it will stay nice and wet for a long time. Long time. So Aquatini, I love Aquatini. Then again, there's so many colours I love of Catherine Paula's. I'm a nightmare. Okay, look, I'm filling it up with too many of the blue ones. Okay, let's whack a bit of green tea in there. But this is where refills are good as well, because it's not just about refilling your ink pad. Obviously, they're useful for that. But I just think, and you can see already it's starting to spread out. You don't have to fill every white gap in, although my OCD tells me I do. So let me just put that aside, get my card, and then let's move that out of the way. And then I'm just gonna pick up some of this colour and stamp. What I'm going to try, it might be too dry, I don't know. This is Clear Sparkle. So let's just see. Oh, it has. Okay. Right, bear with. I wasn't planning on using this, and then I saw it in my thing this morning and I thought, oh, I know. So, bit of clear sparkle there. Then let's do, I'm just wondering whether to heat it. No, I'll leave it like that. Back to this. You just want to make sure you get all of it. So now I'm going to come in and go about there. Again, straight away, because don't forget this is there's not a lot of open time on this ink. I think I've got it on there. It's looking all right. Let me just move that out of the way. This is where I need like 4 pairs of hands. Okay, and then one more on this bit. Let's go there. Will that come out nice? And that can go there, that can go there. This would have been a lot quicker if I didn't put the clear sparkle on. But I do love clear sparkle. I'm not going to clear sparkle all of them. Can't find my lid now. Shout at me if you can see my lid. It's probably over here. Yep, put the card on it. Okay, and then let's just do a few little bits just to fill in these little gaps. Okay, so let me just stick that over there. I do need to clean that. And this, as I say, I am going to put in this bag. And I will get a pen actually and write the date on when I do it and see how long it lasts. Oh, come here you. Okay, after having a fight, getting it in the bag, I finally got it in there, so you're trapped now. I need to get a alcohol pen and then I can write on there. So let's just heat set these. Right, I'm just gonna clean my fingers as well. Okay, one thing I found the other day, because I had a bit of a fight with an alcohol ink re-inker, a StazOn re-inker, and I got black all over my hands. State of me. I haven't got any here, but in my bathroom I had some sanitizer spray and it took it off amazingly. I was well chuffed. Okay, so let's just go in and heat set this. Okay, I do have a habit of pinching the card. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. If I twist it, you just get that beautiful glitter effect on those large ones. Really, really pretty. The other way you can do it, if you want it like more full-on glitter, if you've done it in a stamping doodah, you can do it as an ink thing, and then, because you can put this on, like if you've got your stamp on there, you can put that on like that, use that like a pad, and then you can do the wow ink over the top and then full on clear sparkle, and it's like boom, it's really gonna sparkle. So let me just set this aside, because now I am going, I love these, I just think these are great. So let me do this. I used this one, the big square one, the other day for someone's birthday. So let me just throw that on there. That can go on there. That looks about right. I'm going to use the dies in this. So there's my square die. And this time, let's just do it on another bit of scrap that I haven't got in front. Oh, look, there's a bit. That's what I've done that on, wasn't it? Okay, so again, I'm going to use clear sparkle, but this time I'm going to use just the Juniper Mist ink. Happy birthday. Oh, look, I missed a little bit. Oh, unless that's the design, it might be. So let's throw a bit of that clear sparkle on. So the Catherine Paula inks, although they're dye inks, as long as you're quick with them, you can actually, sorry, just leaning over, getting me baby wipe. You can actually emboss with them as long as you're quick. And if you're not quick, don't stress, don't rush yourself. Just do it in a stamping platform, like I just said. Ink it, then ink it, let it dry, then ink it in the wow embossing pad, and then you can put your embossing powder over the top. There's always ways around everything. Okay. Clear sparkle is just lovely, but there's loads of clears with sparkles in, like neutral ultra shimmer. Oh, there was one Catherine Paula done, I can't remember the name of it. Oh, I'll try and think of it and put it in the doodah when I edit the video, but it's lovely. Okay, so let me just go die cut this. And there was something I'd done on another video the other day, and I just really liked it. So I'm thinking if I just simply put that there, I could use, I'm really annoyed with myself because Julie Hickey does glosses and I haven't got any in front of me. But if you use, I've been using this Barely Arts glue and it works perfect for this technique. I did try it with another glue. It didn't work. Well, it still worked, but it went a bit sort of like, I don't know, mixed media-y, I suppose. Whereas this comes out and they're just like perfect little dots. Now, I know I mentioned this before. See that little white dot there? Ignore those. Don't worry about those. They'll be in your powders. It's Wow's secret to make them the best powders. Well, we think so anyway. I do. Just let it go back in the pot and just carry on as normal. It's absolutely fine. One thing I am learning with this Barely Arts glue is as soon as I've finished, clean my nozzle. Make sure there's no glue left in it. Because if there is, it dries and then it takes you ages to get it out. So I'm just giving that a clean. They give you the pin as well. Okay, and it took me a while to work out that this is like a lid. This is the stopper. I just thought it was another nozzle until I realised I couldn't get anything out of it. And let's just pop these back in there. And because I don't want to lose this, I just keep it in the box all the time that it came in. Right, let's just heat set this. I can do it from the top because, well, because it's a glue. Look at them. Don't they look lovely? Just gorgeous. Anyway, right, so I'm going to put some foam pads on here and I want to make sure, yeah, these feel like they're set. I'm going to put some double-sided tape on the back and then stick it to a card front. And there we go. So I will get these photographed. I mean, I just think they're really, really nice. I love them. And I think they're really versatile as well. Let me just put this back. Because, I mean, as well, masculine. But also, Julie, I haven't got them, but there's 2 stencils as well, 2 6-inch by 6-inch stencils that that match the circles and match the squares. So there's like a grid one of squares and a grid one of circles, which are going to be fantastic. So that's using, let me just pop this back. That's using the Hazel's Butterfly stamp set and the Birthday Sentiments stamp set and dies. Don't forget there's dies now. I always like it when there's dies to go with things. But if you're not keen on butterflies and you like dragonflies, this one's lovely. Again, it's now coming with dies you can buy separately. I love this as well, just like a splat. That's really nice. So yeah, so there's that. And then don't forget as well, with the stencil, you not only get the stencil, but you get the cutouts as well. So you get the masks, which are also great. So if you're doing things like spritzers, you can lay that on your card, spritz around it, lift it up, and then you've got that plain in the middle. And they're just fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Now, I probably haven't got time now because I'm trying to keep my videos to a rough sort of certain time so you don't get bored. But I will, that idea I had in my head, I'll tell you what it was. It was using, look, it was using this little bit that comes with it, with the die set. The other one, the dragonfly one's got it in circles, and this is a little square. And I just had an idea of, whereas if I used like a smaller card, oh, I ain't got it. I'd have to cut it out. But like a little square card, I'm thinking of doing little doodahs and then mounting up. Anyway, it's in my head. I will have a little play with that and see if I can knock out another video to put on a little bit later. So, thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. Bye.